What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something a little different. This is my first ever video camera. Now, I've been super into video for as long as I can remember, all the way back to when I had my family's big tape camcorder. That was probably more so my first camera because I used it all the time, way more than they did. But my first actual camera that was purchased directly for me was this. This is the Flip Video Ultra, and it's made by Pure Digital Technologies. And this thing was dope back in the day. Now, you guys may have noticed the fit today. Yes, this is the first official Metz Tech t-shirt. It's awesome. It's super, super soft. I've got it in many different colors with a couple different versions of the logo. There's one that's a little bit lighter and one, obviously this one's a little bit darker on the word mark here. But if you guys are interested at all, again, I know I'm very early on. I'm a small channel right now, but I did want to have the opportunity to let you guys get some merch if you did want it. You can head over to the link in the description. It is through Cotton Bureau. Super soft t-shirts. They're an incredible company. Well worth your time. They don't shrink. They're, again, like I said, super soft, really high quality materials. So again, if you are interested, head over there, check the link in the description, buy a t-shirt. It would really help me out, help the channel out, help us continue to grow, and you'd be getting in on the ground floor. All right, now by modern standards, this camera is awful, but again, it came out around 2006, 2007, if not a little earlier. I feel like I remember getting it in about 2006, so I'm gonna say 2006 there. But it only shoots in 480p, 30 FPS, H.264, has a tiny sensor. It's about 1/4 of an inch. And if I'm not mistaken, the specs are hard to find, but I'm pretty sure this is an f2.4 or an f2, one of the two. But it's got just no focus adjustments at all. It's got a little speaker right here. You can't even plug a mic into it. So it would not be good for this type of production. But it has a wrist strap holder, the microphone input, like I said, the lens. There's a little TV jack on the side so you can plug it into your TV with their included cable that I do not have because I bought this used. There's a little switch underneath. You can open up the compartment here and get access to the 2 AA batteries that are used to power this thing. So interchangeable batteries. Pretty cool. And then you have a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom. And then you have its namesake feature here, and that is this right here. Boom. A flip out USB-A 2.0 port right here. It's not sturdy at all. It's very weak. But the way you would actually plug this in your computer is like that. So on like my modern like desktop tower, when I plug it into like the side USB ports, it like hangs, you know, like this off the port. It's putting so much pressure on that contact point. And then if your tower has ports up top, you plug it into the top, it kind of sits like this. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but that is what we got in 2006. So that is like its main thing that sets it apart, is like, hey guys, I'll just plug into the computer and get the footage right off and upload it to AOL. Boom, there it is. So that's the main feature there. Now on the back, like I mentioned, you've got a tiny 1-inch LCD screen, speakers above that. Then you have a play button to watch your media back. You have this kind of D-pad type navigation. You've got a trash button to delete your clip. And then you've got a red record button dead center. And that's it. No fancy bells and whistles, nothing. It turns on basically right away. Very simple layout. It just says ready or recording depending on what's happening, and it says how much time you have left. So this has built-in memory. You can't upgrade it at all. So if you wanted a more advanced one, you'd have to either buy the more advanced one, wait for the next generation, things like that. This is a 1 GB internal storage. So you get 30 minutes of that 480p 30 FPS H.264 footage on here. That's it. But again, if I go ahead and shoot a clip, oh, get a little red indicator light right there. So let's vlog with it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at the Flip Video Ultra. And there, and you just stop it. Then you can hit the play button, watch it back.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look.
Dang, that field of view is bad. But yeah, you can switch through the clips. It tells you how many clips you've got. And then you can delete a clip if you want to. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It was just a simple fun, easy to use camera. Now there's some quirks to it, obviously. It can only be used in portrait mode like this. If you turn it like this, all your clips are gonna be sideways. It doesn't serve you any purpose. They tell you to film like this only. It's got a plastic shell, so it's not very durable. This one is used. It's not my original one. I bought it off of eBay, but it's got scratches all over it. It's just not a very durable material, and if you drop this and crack it, you're sore out of luck. You gotta buy a new one. But from what I remember, this thing held up for me very well. I wasn't abusive to it, but I filmed all kinds of short films on it, all kinds of my brother's baseball games or my baseball games, and just all kinds of funny stuff. I'll try to put some of that footage on screen throughout this video so you can kind of see stuff all the way back in 2006 that I was filming. And I'm gonna put some test footage that I shot over the past couple days with this thing, just goofing around, seeing what it could do, putting it in types of situations where I put my Pocket 6K or my Ursa Mini G2, things like that, just to put it through its paces and see what we're working with this little guy. Now, it would be completely and utterly unfair to review this like I would a traditional modern camera. This is not that. This is 15 years old. So pointing out all its flaws it really serves no purpose because nobody's buying this to use in the year 2020. But some of the things that do stand out about it, if I were to review it like a modern camera, are just how small and light it is. Now that is a pro and a con. The pro is it's easy, it's portable, you can toss it in your pocket and it'll be just fine. The con is that there is no stabilization, no digital stabilization, no optical image stabilization. Every little jitter and shake shows up in your footage. And it's just really hard to get any good usable footage out of, especially because you have to handhold it. It's too light to put on a gimbal unless maybe you put it to an iPhone gimbal, but I didn't try that because I don't have one. So you have to just hold it like as absolutely still as you can and just pan, and I don't know, it's tough. If I were to actually try and use it to get some good shots, I'd probably screw it into the 1/4-20 at the bottom, mount it on a tripod, and do some smooth pans with it. I think that's the only way that you're gonna get good usable footage out of this that you can actually do anything with. And obviously it doesn't serve a lot of modern purposes. Most smartphones, if not all smartphones, most flip phones have better cameras than this. But if you wanna do something interesting, like you wanna go for a stylistic choice of like old home movie video camera, and you need something cheap to do it with, this is actually probably a good option for that. You could shoot some footage on this and then use it in your actual edit to make it look like it was shot 15 years ago. Obviously, again, not holding it to any kind of modern standard, but you know, things like stabilization, things like the dynamic range, things like resolution, things like frame rate options. You're locked. You don't have any dynamic range really at all on this thing, and you're locked to 30 FPS at 480p. So really you don't have a lot of choices, and that's just kind of what you got in this time period. Let's do a little depth of field test here. I'm just gonna do my watch. Again, because the screen is 1 inch, I have no idea what that looked like, but we'll see. Now again, by no means is this anything close to a modern camera, but there's just something about it. I don't know if it's nostalgia or just the fact that you don't really know what you're capturing. You kind of have to just hope and pray that it looks good because it's on such a tiny screen, but there's just something kind of fun about it. So I would definitely recommend giving it a try at least. They're super cheap, you can get one for 15 bucks. But that's about it for the video. Again, this was my first camera ever. I absolutely loved it at the time. I thought it was the coolest thing that I could see exactly what was on the screen like that. Super portable, carried around in my pocket anywhere I went, filmed videos with it, and I had a lot of fun. And I think it was really, really important during the time, the whole flip video lineup, because it took cameras that were most of the time very bulky and required tape, put it straight to digital. Keep in mind, this was pre-smartphone and therefore pre-smartphone cameras. So this is kind of like what we have now. Obviously, ours are much better and much higher quality, much smaller, and they fit into our form factor of our phones, and this was simply a camera. But this was kind of the first, look at what this could be like, having this little pocket-sized thing that you could walk around with and shoot what was relatively high-resolution video in 2005. So in conclusion, I think the Flip Video Ultra definitely had its place. It was definitely an awesome camera for me at the time. I really enjoyed using it, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of go down memory lane a little bit, take a look at what we used to use back in the mid-2000s, and bring you guys along for the ride. Thanks so much for watching the video. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, did you ever have a Flip Video Ultra or any of the Flip Video lineup? What did you think about it? Do you still have it? That would be awesome. I wish I still had my original one. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.